Happy Vlogmas Day 5. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Rihanna and Chris Brown incident that happened a while back. There's now allegations that there may be a second altercation involved. So without further more to say, like, comment, and subscribe, turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Let's get into this video. Before I push play, I just want to say that this video comes from this guy right here.
Shocking allegations just coming through this morning in regards to the Chris Brown Rihanna situation from many years ago. As you guys know, we've seen several images of a badly beaten and bruised Rihanna's face all over the internet via TMZ. But according to reliable sources at Cedars-Sinai, where Rihanna was received, when she got to the hospital, she did not have those bruises all over her face. I repeat, she did not have those bruises on her face. According to sources at Cedars-Sinai, when Rihanna was received, she had a busted lip, scrapes and ulcerations on her legs. Now, that would make sense because, according to the report, she was thrown from the car and smacked in the face by Chris Brown. Now, I am not condoning anything that Chris Brown did. I am totally against violence on victims of any sort. But that will also suggest that Rihanna had a second altercation with somebody, and those images that we saw are the result from that second altercation. Now, the second altercation could only come from the person that gave her the oatmeal. Remember, the whole argument started because Rihanna gave Chris Brown the oatmeal allegedly, and Chris Brown was furious. Rihanna allegedly didn't know she had the oatmeal. So when this happened, she goes back to the source, who the only other person she had been intimate with that could have possibly given her the oatmeal. And guess who that was?
JayZ.
The guy who signed her. Allegedly, she was having a relationship with a very older business mogul who was now married to a R&B pop diva. At the time, he wasn't married to her, I don't think. But listen, allegedly, she got the oatmeal from him, gave it to Chris Brown. She goes to him to spaz on him for giving her the oatmeal, and allegedly, he is the one that did this to her face.
I can't take this dude serious with saying oatmeal, but I believe it. It's the reason why Chris Brown did what he did to Rihanna, and I definitely don't think it was over something minor, but...
Check out this audio clip right here, guys. I am not capping. This is the call I got this morning. Check this out.
What did he say about Rihanna?
Rihanna, he said when she came to the hospital, she had a little bruise in her mouth, and like that was out of the car, so she fell. And when she fell, she got bruised, on her like shoulders and legs and stuff like that. But that was not him hitting her. That's first thing. And then the only bruise that she had in her mouth was because he smacked her really hard in her mouth because he knew he had outbreaks.
If she only had a bruise on her mouth, then where does other bruises come from?
Of course, JayZ or somebody like that.
They think that JayZ beat her up?
She probably went to him and said, you know what, that's fucked up. That's my boyfriend. You gave me herpes. I didn't even know I had herpes. He has breakouts. What the fuck is going on? Like, fuck you. I'm going to tell Beyonce. I'm going to tell...
Now, that brings a whole new situation to the whole Chris Brown Rihanna thing. There's a third person that wasn't implicated. But who is Rihanna covering up for? Get in the comments. Let's talk about this.
That's insane, but it would make sense. I've always heard that Rihanna has something going on with JayZ. I always knew, I always believed, and I sincerely believe that Beyonce and Rihanna were beefing for this reason. It wasn't because, Beyonce just was competitive or anything. I think it was something more. And that's why they never did a song together. Throughout the years, they have never did a song together. You don't see pictures of them back then. And I try to tell my sister this. I'm just like, I already know that Rihanna was messing around with JayZ. JayZ is that type of guy, basically. And Rihanna is that type of girl. And I already heard that JayZ already had caught diseases way back then, around the time he was messing around with Foxy Brown. So there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that fit, and it all adds up at the end of the day. And I think it was something more as to why Chris Brown did what he did to Rihanna. Of course, they're not going to say that. And I actually came across a video of Rihanna getting asked about this on this interview. I think it was The Breakfast Club. And they asked her about the allegations of her having a disease. And it seemed like they really messed her confidence up asking her that on the radio.
Most hurtful rumor you ever heard about yourself?
I have a scar on my lip.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time when it got cut, and it became this whole STD rumor that just seems to be like coming up and up and up, and that is just gross to me, you know, because it was a really painful time when I went through getting this scar on my lip. So to see that they turned it into something like that really hurt.
She seemed to have changed her demeanor, and her voice was like cracking, and it just got really sensitive, and you could definitely tell by her body language and her reaction that was something basically she didn't want to touch on, as if it was true. And it's crazy that that video popped up, because I seen this one a while back, but I believe that it is true. I believe that Rihanna does have something, along with JayZ, along with Chris Brown, and that's probably the reason why Beyonce didn't have those children with JayZ, because she ain't trying to risk that. So then he also mentioned there was a second altercation that could have involved JayZ putting more bruises on Rihanna. And I always bring up my girl Aaliyah, but some situations just remind me of her situations or her music. And in this case, it reminded me of her song, Never No More. That's my stuff. I love that song. But she was basically talking about how, what did she say? I thought I lost you when you twist back my arm. And that was in 2001. Or around that time. Basically in 2000, because I think that's when she was filming her last album, or recording her last album. And I wonder if that song is about JayZ, because if these are new allegations that JayZ put his hands on Rihanna too, it's very possible that that song could have been about her relationship with JayZ, because I've been trying to think who in a relationship she was in with could have put their hands on her. And clearly it couldn't have been Damon. Why would she be in a relationship with him, come out to a red carpet with him to diss him on a song? The only other person was JayZ, and I've just been hearing so many negative things about JayZ and how he doesn't like losing. He's been getting rid of people who get in his way, who turn him down, reject him, everything. Everybody who comes across him is no longer here anymore. And now they're saying that it's being alleged that he was the second person that could have been involved with Rihanna and hitting her. It's possible that he was very rough with Aaliyah, and maybe that's what that song is about. And that's just what it reminded me of. They also said that Rihanna threatened to tell Beyonce what it was. And I believe it. JayZ's just walking around infecting people, and Rihanna was young. Chris Brown was young. And JayZ just started this whole train of spreading diseases from Rihanna. Rihanna ended up giving it to Chris Brown. And maybe that's why Beyonce just made all those songs towards JayZ, going through pain and stuff, because they said that Cedar, whatever it's called, Cedar Sinai Hospital, said that she did not show up with those extra bruises. And I never hear anything good about Cedar Sinai. I heard that's like the Hollywood hospital where all celebrities go, especially when they are not here anymore. They go to Cedar Sinai. But that's crazy. I would have never thought that there would have been a second altercation and she ended up getting into a physical with JayZ. I never thought JayZ was abusive like that. I just thought maybe he was controlling and nonchalant, whatever. And then my sister brought it to my attention. She was like, I think that's what he could possibly be doing to Beyonce. And I don't know. I really don't know. Because of course they're not gonna come out and be like, yeah, he did that. Why would Rihanna come out and say that? No, that's probably embarrassing for her. It wouldn't be a good look. And we all know how fast Rihanna was. Like, man after man, she was very open, sexualized. Well, she sexualized herself, I feel. Well, the industry, you know. Anyways, that's very shocking if JayZ has something to do with that. And if he did, it wouldn't be like she could speak out against him anyways. We see what he allegedly did to Aaliyah, which I don't think Aaliyah was trying to speak out about anything. I just think she sincerely turned him down, got with his friend, and after he found out Aaliyah had slept with Damon and probably they were gonna get married, he did what he did. You know, and in Rihanna's case, she was threatening to tell Beyonce, and it would have ruined everything. And so he probably got physical with her, told her, if you do this, this is gonna happen. Or maybe he to take her career. Who knows? It could have been anything, but I definitely think he scared her into not talking. She's not gonna talk. She's very strong with being around him after, or if this is the case, because there is pictures of Rihanna and JayZ after the situation, and it would be very strong of her to be around him and Beyonce. And I think that's sincerely why Beyonce and Rihanna never talked. And there was this video of, I forgot what show she was on. I think it was Ellen. I don't know. But she had a cast on her leg, Rihanna, and there was rumors going around that Beyonce pushed her down some stairs. I think it could have been true. Of course, she's going to say no. Why would she say yes and just get everything started? But she said, no, that's not true. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, because this situation, they ain't letting up on it. These allegations, they're not letting up. And it's relevant. It's very possible. And it would explain why Rihanna and Beyonce never went around each other. Rihanna stopped being seen with JayZ for a while. And Jaguar Wright was also talking about this. Jaguar Wright seems to be educated with all this stuff. She seems to know a thing or two about the industry. So anyways, you guys let me know what you think. That's pretty much it for this video. Happy Vlogmas Day 5. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what's you, what we've been through?